To go. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
So, another round of applause for Suja. So, Suja, you started working with me 2016?
2018.
I was 18?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's coming up to 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
This January, end
Amazing.
of January.
I remember when you joined the program, and I remember when you first told me you hit 3K a month. And you were one of those dark horses that it came out of the blue, you know? I didn't expect that to happen. So obviously you've come a long way since then. So I think I wanted to start with some of the big milestones and the big tent pegs of
Sure.
what's happened. So do you want to just tell everyone, I don't know what you're happy disclosing. As I say, we don't always disclose everything because I understand, Suja, you might be selling a brand soon and things like that. But if you want to tell us, for example, what was your best month ever?
Yeah, I think, we touched on it in the video, was the 40,000, I think it was in dollars per month, that month. So it was during the COVID time, 2020. So I think that was a good time for a lot of Amazon sellers because people were buying, they couldn't go to the shops and things. So that was a really amazing month, yeah.
Definitely, wow, amazing. And obviously things are still moving, right? And now you don't just have Amazon, but you're doing Airbnb as well, is that right, for income?
Yes, yeah. So I think with the Amazon business, because now it's coming up to 5 years at the end of the month, anniversary. So like in 2021, I was able to start looking into other ventures. So I started Airbnb. This year, I'm hoping to get another property. That's one of my goals.
Nice.
So like not to buy, but to rent another property, rent to rent. And I've just had more space to do other things, other startups and things because of the Amazon.
And so you've just so everyone knows, you've quit your job now?
Yeah, it was. It's going to be 3 years in February 14th. I always because it was Valentine's Day, so it's going to be 3 years soon.
Nice. Coming up.
Yeah, it's gone so quick. The 3 years.
Yeah, it does. It flies by. Yeah, I think everyone. Yeah, time just flies in general.
Yeah.
Well, it's so cool to hear. So I wanted to start from the beginning then. Now we've got the tent peg. So before you got started, did you have, so that's where these guys are, obviously. A lot of people in this room are back where you were, in 2018, right? Before you got started. So did you have any doubts back then?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I thought, well, no effect, but I thought, oh, maybe this is like a fake, scam. You have all these doubts, don't you?
Definitely.
Even now with different things you see on YouTube and things. Maybe I thought I had limiting beliefs myself on doing it, but I just followed your program and you help with that as well, with the limiting beliefs and things.
Were there any specific limiting beliefs that you had to uncover or find throughout that process?
Yeah, I'd say taking action and maybe things like contacting suppliers in China. It was a new thing for me, so that was something shipping as well. Still quite hard at the moment, but just think, knowing that I can do those things, because if you could do it or other sellers can do it, I can do it. You just follow the steps.
Did anyone else here have any fears of contacting Chinese suppliers in the beginning? I mean, I was terrified when I sent my first 3K to a Chinese supplier.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm probably never going to see this money again, or the products, because it's like this new thing and they're so far away. Of course you're going to be scared, right? So how did you overcome that and just go, oh, well, you know what? Screw my limiting beliefs and my fears. I'm going to do it anyway. Why did you do it and not just quit and just keep doing your job?
Well, I think because I saw that your program, you showed the lifestyle that you had. And when I first started at Amazon, I just wanted to make some extra money for holidays. But then I kept seeing yourself, other sellers, living the life that they wanted. So that just kept motivating me. So a year later, then I thought, I could actually, or even less, I thought I can actually leave my job. I don't need to just do this as a side thing. So that was the motivator to get past those beliefs.
Right. So you saw other people doing it. You thought they're quite sort of normal people.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
they're not like some genius, like WizKid or something.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Fantastic. Okay, so you started out, which strategy did you start with?
Retail arbitrage.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So give me an example. So when you first went into a shop to do retail arbitrage, what was it like?
Yeah, it wasn't easy. I was in, they don't have it anymore, Toys R Us.
Oh, yeah, I did a lot from Toys R Us, actually.
Yeah, they were
good
just
sales, right? Like,
yeah,
really
they
cheap.
had really good sales, and then they like closed down a few months later. So it was that time, and Argos, and then I remember like buying like 10 of those Furby toys, and then the guy was looking at me weird.
Right.
So that was where I started, and I did a bit of online as well, ordering and things. Yeah.
So has anybody here tried any arbitrage? Got a couple. Does anyone here not know what arbitrage is? Anybody not heard of it? That's good. Awesome. Okay, I just wanted to check because, like, yeah, I remember the first time I did arbitrage, I was like on my phone scanning a lot of the products, and someone came up to me and said, "Do you work here?" I was like, no, I don't. But yeah, so it is weird. You feel like a weirdo, right? Going around the shop scanning.
Yeah,
everything,
going around the
buying,
kids'
like,
store,
50
Toys R Us. I hadn't been in one since I was 5 or I don't know,
Yeah.
age.
Exactly. I had a client, Karen, who used to say that she was buying presents for her grandkids. She would
Oh,
just go
right,
in
yeah.
Christmas time, fill up a trolley full of cheap stuff and be like, yeah, this is for my grandkids. Yeah, so as long as you can get around that feeling of weirdness. So did that make you some cash? Like, how did that go?
Yeah, that did quite all right. Yes. So I made like I kind of made a bit of cash, a bit of profit. Sometimes I broke even. Some things like you weren't allowed to sell on Amazon, so I just refunded it and
So took
yeah.
it back to the shop.
Yeah,
got the money
exactly.
back,
Yeah, like there was something from Sainsbury's, like some headphones, I think, and yeah, I just learned quite a lot on that process.
And did that get you comfortable with like using FBA and sending the stock in and all that kind of thing?
Yes, yeah, I remember like having the UPS man come, or I would drop it to a local newsagent that had a UPS drop off. So I got used to the packing and things, and it was all quite straightforward, really.
Yeah. So do you remember roughly, I don't know if you want to share, but do you remember roughly kind of what level of monthly income you got to with arbitrage?
I don't, because I didn't do it too long, but I would say about 1,000.
Per month?
Yeah,
Wow.
per month.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a new business to make £1,000 profit per month, like that's pretty amazing, right? And it shows you this thing works.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Suja, from the start where you started doing the arbitrage, how quickly did you get to £1,000 a month profit?
I think it was about 3 months. Yeah, trying to remember. Yes,
And
yeah.
you carried on as well.
Yeah, but then I quickly diverted to the doing a test batch because I thought, oh, that's where the real money is. So, and because I didn't have too much time to go around shops, because I was in my full-time job and I would work weekends as well. I would have days off in the week, so it was quite a good time to go around the shops. But I thought I better try and do this test batch because I don't have the time to keep going round, shops and things.
Wow. Did it for 3 months, arbitrage?
Yeah.
And then, so tell us about your test batch.
Yeah, it's still the product's still selling. So I did it.
So 4 years.
Yeah, 5
Wow.
years. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So I just went on AliExpress. I actually got the idea for the product, not so much on product research, but I was working in sales for a construction developer, and I got the idea. I thought, oh, this product is small and light. It fits in a shoebox, not too competitive. And I thought, oh, let me try this, and just ordered a test batch from AliExpress, 100 units. So it was just in one like big box, came to my house, and then I sent it into Amazon and did some terrible photos with my iPhone.
Right.
And
I've done the same many times, yeah.
yeah, and then it was like selling. So I think that was like April 2018. And then by October 2018, I did 1,000 units. I found a supplier and did the 1,000 units.
Oh wow! So
Yeah,
how
on
much did your
Alibaba.
test batch cost?
Oh, it was literally only like £165. Because I was looking at it a few months ago to find out, and yeah,
Wow.
so really good
165.
value. Yeah,
Including shipping.
yeah, including the shipping. It came in like 5 days.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Quicker than some items from UK.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean it is a really small, light product, so
It's like a unicorn. Not every product's going to be that cheap, obviously.
yeah.
It does happen, of course. Yeah, wow. So then you got 1,000 units.
Yes, then I did my first test batch, like from a supplier in China.
And was this Alibaba this time?
Yeah, Alibaba. Yes, yeah.
Cool. And so was that when you private labeled it and put your logo on, or did it not have a logo on? Or?
It did have a logo. Yes, like not really a logo, just like some branding and things. Yeah, on there.
Interesting. Okay, cool. And do you remember the daily sales, what that product got up to once you started to launch it?
It actually started off quite slow, and I had to reduce the price a bit, but then it got momentum once it got reviews and things, and now it's probably my second best-selling product.
Wow.
At the moment, it's £13.99, but it ranges. The lowest it's been is, well, when I first started, it was £6.99, but average lowest is £9.99 to £16.99, depending on the season. Because like COVID, I had to put it up because it was in demand.
Oh, nice. That's a good thing about when demand levels on Amazon as a whole go up. You can put up your price. Like if you're selling toys at Christmas time, I mean, you can just jack the price up. People will pay. You know, you can take advantage of that. And then in the slower seasons, you can adjust the price a little down. So that's obviously you found that out, this product, right?
Yeah, because I was literally, I ran out of stock during COVID. So I was just trying to not like price gouge or anything, but I just had to try and slow down the sales so I could get to quite a high price.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So that was your first product. So obviously you here's a question. Once you launched that first product, how was launching the second product in compare to the first product? Was it easier?
Oh yeah, it was much easier. Yeah, it was just because we had the systems in place that I learned from your training. And then once you get over the first one, the fear and different things, dealing with suppliers abroad, then you just go for it for the second one. So it was a lot easier.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think I found that. Like my second ever product, I felt so confident this time. I was like, okay, well, I've ordered something now. I know it's real. I know the suppliers are just normal businesses, you know. I know I'm going to get the stock. I know how to get it to sell. I'll just do the same thing again. And it was so much quicker. So, yeah, rinse and repeat is like a real thing. Once you've done it once, just do it again and again and again until you hit your goals. And then obviously you did.
Yes,
And
yeah.
you quit your job. So we're going to look at some photos
All right.
that you sent me. I want to know the story.
Oh yeah,
behind
story
them.
time.
All right, so need a fireplace as well. That would be good. What's this all about?
Oh yeah, that was last year. I went back to Manchester because I grew up there. I was born in London, but I grew up in Manchester and was just reminiscing, like not like humble beginnings, because it was like we lived on a council estate, so I've never had like any money given to me. I've always like worked really hard, and so it was nice to see where like my school was around the corner.
Right.
So yeah, we just took a photo, like the chip shop I used to go to when I was a kid.
Awesome. That's one thing I kind of missed when I was in Sweden, actually. Chip shops.
Fish and
They
yeah.
had some in Sweden, like British fish and chips. It wasn't the same. It wasn't like soggy and like horrible.
Yeah,
the way that you know what I mean?
gravy.
Yeah.
And that's been there for 40 years, that chip shop.
Right. Oh, wow.
The same people.
Wow. So the point is you started with not a whole lot, right?
Yeah, so it's not like, I think it's just anyone can do this, because you just you don't need to have loads of money or just a little bit of money to get started, and you can do anything really in life.
Amazing. All right, how about this one? You look so happy.
Yeah.
So happy.
Yeah, I was I was reeling from a breakup actually a couple of months before, and then yeah, I was kind of getting a little bit like, I loved my job and I still like property, but it was I think like the universe was telling me I need to try and do something different, because it was I didn't really have my weekends, and I did enjoy it, but then I think it was after 7 years that it was probably like 6 years in, it was starting time to move on.
Yeah. So what was your job specifically?
I was in sales. I was senior, so I would sell properties off plan. So we'd have like a show home downstairs, and then we would take people up sometimes on site just to see the layouts and things, and then they would move in like a year later or something. So yeah, it was quite interesting. Yeah, mainly flats. Sometimes I did houses, but in London it was mainly apartments.
Oh wow. Okay, so you got a bit bored of that job, and this was sort of when you were still. Which year was this roughly?
That was 2018. Yeah. So it was. I think it was after I launched the my first product.
Oh right, so you were finding a way out at that point.
Yeah, subconsciously,
Right.
I think. Yeah, because I still stayed there till 2020, January or February. So yeah, it was, I think I was just seeing old big companies, they don't really care about you. And so it was in my back of my head.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. What about this one?
Oh, that was last year in Portugal, in Faro. So first holiday after 2.5 years because of COVID, obviously.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I spent 3 weeks there, took my laptop and was working on Amazon and things, had my own Airbnb.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
that was special because for everyone, isn't it? Because we all didn't have a holiday for so long.
Oh yeah, my first holiday back after COVID was awesome. Actually.
Yeah.
It was nice. First party back after COVID, like first wedding back after COVID was nice too.
Yeah,
That was quite a
definitely.
big thing, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So the point is, you were there for how long? 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
And the income was still coming in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you could just oversee things on the laptop.
Yeah, I would literally just like in the mornings do a bit of work and then do activities during the day. My friend joined me as well for a week, so we would just go traveling around.
Oh wow. Yeah. So
Awful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, working for a couple of hours in the morning with the sea view.
yeah. So that's the thing. You can have this business and travel if you want.
Yeah,
If
that's
you structure it
definitely,
properly.
it's
All right. Is this more of the same Portugal?
yeah, it's just the same view. It was a
Bad
nice.
office, is it?
Yeah, it's not a bad office at all.
I
Yeah,
mean, you could have stayed out there in theory, right?
I could have stayed there for a few months.
Yeah. Just keep the sales churning in and use prep centres and stuff like that. What's this one?
This was Croatia, where I went in July with my friend, and yeah, she lives in Berlin, so yeah, we just met there and had the place for a week.
Ah, and whereabouts in Croatia?
Split.
Oh, I really like Split.
Yeah, it's
I really
really chilled out.
Like a little like palace thing with all the shops. And
Yes, yeah.
It's a nice,
Yeah,
and
we
it's not
did,
a very popular holiday destination. It's quite quiet, I find.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought
don't
it
know.
was busy
When I
in
went,
summer. It's very
I went,
busy.
yeah, I think I went in May.
Yeah, it's a bit quieter.
Yeah, I just feel like it should be more popular. But no, it's a good place. Awesome. So you're working there as well.
Yeah, I had like meetings and Zoom meetings and things. So
Awesome.
yeah, it was good.
Right,
And
tell me
then-
about this. Are you a sailor now?
Oh yeah, I got the sailor out. That was actually, I was researching for Airbnb, but I hired a boat, like stayed in a boat for 2 days. I didn't sail it, unfortunately. I'll
so
probably
you-
crash.
Is it like a hotel type thing, or
Yeah, it's like someone, he rents out the boat on Airbnb and you can stay there.
so you were trying it to see?
If it, yeah, I was thinking about either investing in one or managing it on Airbnb.
Wow.
But then I thought it's a bit too much hassle, so I didn't
We
do
want
it.
low hassle, right?
Yeah, low hassle. Yeah.
Right. So who's this?
Oh, I do a bit of dog sitting, so on Trusted House Sitters. So that was on my birthday. So that's fun because I definitely didn't have time to look after an animal in my other job. So that's quite good.
Oh, so rather than owning a dog, you kind of borrow other people's.
Yeah,
babysit them.
yeah.
That's not a bad
Own nothing
idea.
and be happy.
Right, exactly.
Link it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I wish you could do that with children.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you can. Maybe you can.
It might become a thing one day.
Yeah. Okay, and this is you.
Yeah, this is in Portugal. I went skydiving, so that
guys
was
see?
good. Yeah.
Awesome. In Portugal, was the same trip as before? Was it?
Yeah, the same trip.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Do we have any more? Oh yeah. So what's this? Tell me about this.
Oh, this is a place I found in South London in Peckham. They you can do co-working here.
So this was your office for a while.
Yeah, sometimes I would go there, and then you meet other people that are working remotely and things, so it's quite good.
Right, so you can network, because everybody in these places basically either has their own business or they work for a really small business who uses the space.
Yeah, exactly.
They're good places. I had one in Stockholm, co-working place I did for a little bit, and they are nice. I mean, they've got facilities there. You can print things. I've never owned a printer before in my life. I don't know why. So that's handy. They do tea, coffee. You get your own little station. So when you have your own company, it's nice to know you can just rent this for like a month or something and work there.
Yeah, like a desk.
I found I prefer coffee shops. Personally.
Yeah, I've gone back to just coffee shops because I just like to have a variety. So
that's the thing.
but yeah,
You just go around and you can walk a little bit.
different atmosphere.
Get your steps in. Yeah, I don't know, but it's nice to know that they exist and yeah, they kind of build it for entrepreneurs. Whereas some coffee shops, I mean, it's like prep can be a little bit mental, right?
Yeah,
When you're
yeah.
working in a prep. Yeah. Cool. We're not doing mic just yet. All right. So, does anybody have any questions for Suja?
That skydive, Suja, where was that? I know it's
Oh.
Portugal, whereabouts?
Oh, in Faro.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Really good value as well, like a good company. I think they've got a branch in the UK, but their reviews were amazing.
Awesome. Never been to Portugal and I've never skydived, so we'll have to.
Yeah, the one on the list.
Right.
For one question,
Yeah, Carla.
just wanted to find out how did you navigate the whole finding a supplier, shipping, that part? How tedious was it for you?
Yeah, it wasn't too tedious. I mean, it's not the most exciting thing, but I just keep thinking of the end goal that, this is going to make me money. So just spend like a day contacting loads of suppliers. And yeah, some things are going to be boring, but you have to keep sticking at it and then you'll get results. Because everything's not so exciting as like the photography or writing the listing or getting the sale. But just think about it as a whole thing. And then you can always outsource the boring jobs once you get established as well.
And with the people in China,
Suja.
do you set
Nice
up
to meet you. Take a seat.
emails or phone calls?
Yeah,
video
just
calls?
mainly emails actually. Yeah, I think only one of them I did Skype with her.
Yeah.
But I think most of the suppliers prefer messaging because like their English is perfect, but they probably think, not as confident with the speaking. But but it depends on yourself. Like you might prefer to just do a Zoom call with them. So, and they would be definitely open to it.
Yeah.
It's nice actually if you want to see one of their products without getting a sample, ask them to go on video chat and then they'll just show you and you can see okay, this is what it's like. It makes you feel a little bit more at ease.
Yeah,
you know?
I would recommend that.
Well,
Mike.
like on WhatsApp or just like on Zoom?
WhatsApp, I've done Skype,
Yeah.
WeChat is another one, right?
Yeah.
I like WeChat.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the trouble downloading WeChat. I tried to download it last year, but I mainly use Skype or WhatsApp. A lot of them download WhatsApp. So it's been fine.
Mike?
When you meet people now, what do you say you do for a living?
Oh God, jack of all trades. No, I say I'm an Amazon FBA seller, stroke Airbnb host.
Then a swarm of questions come in, right?
Yeah.
They say, what do you do? I say, I'm in property, I teach people, and then 50 questions. So I just do marketing and
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyone else? Raja?
Suja, obviously you had a runaway success with your first and your second products. I can see that, yeah. But as of today, how many products do you sell? That's what I want to know. I mean, now you've covered 5 years.
Oh, yes, yeah. So I did get up to about 10 products. But actually last year, because now I'm working with a company that's helping me grow the Amazon business to prepare it for sale. Like it'll probably be now, hopefully in 18 months, I'll be able to sell the business because that's where you make a lot of money. So now I scaled back down to 4 products. Because we just wanted to really streamline things and put the brand in a different direction. So you don't need tons of products to make a business. Probably the best is from, in my opinion, is from say 5 to 10, because then it's very manageable and then you can really build a strong brand. So yeah, you don't need hundreds of products, in my opinion.
Thank you.
John, did you want to go
Yeah,
first?
because just around test batches really. So, and I guess it depends on the type of products that you're going to sell. Do you have like a budget or an estimate that you'd spend on a test batch, including all the advertising and include, £1,000 or I don't know, £500, something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think like when I started, it was because of the product was small and light.
Yeah.
So it was 5 years ago. So I think the costs have gone up a bit more. But I would say like around £500. I could be wrong for a test batch, but I think that's doable.
Obviously, it depends on the size of the product and cost.
Yeah, and how many you order, and it's always going to be more expensive and probably not profitable. You're just testing. And even if you can just test 10 or 50 units, that's definitely possible.
James?
Just concerning the brand, I suppose, itself. I mean, so how quickly did you get into that? I mean, so did you start off with a brand, or did you sort of, create a brand after 3-4 products, something like that? I mean, how quickly did you start with the whole branding?
Yeah, I actually, I did start the brand after about 3 or 4 products.
You didn't have a brand before you did your first?
Yeah, I didn't have a brand. I was just using my company name. And then like one of Ollie's courses with the coaching was focusing on branding. Yeah. And he was telling us about trademarks and things and design a brand. So I made my brand actually quite late. So it was 2020, January 2020. And then I registered the trademark, and because of all the COVID situation, it got trademarked. I got the certificate in August 2020. So you don't need the brand straight away. No. Just get started, I would say.
Do you think it helps to create sales? Should you have a brand? I mean, or does that not really matter?
Yeah, I think that really matters now in Amazon. So the quicker you can get branded and then work your products around the brand is a good thing.
The main thing is the trademark, right?
Yes,
getting the trademark and then getting the brand registry, and then it opens up a whole new world, right? Of like A+ content and different sponsored ad stuff. Mike's going to cover some of that in a bit. So now especially, and also some of these issues, I don't know if you guys have had issues with getting the brand name on your listing when you don't have a registered brand.
Yeah, generic.
Some of you guys, it's an ongoing thing. Me and Mike are always like, okay, what's the solution this week to this problem? Because Amazon keep changing it, right? But once you get your brand registered, I mean, that goes away.
Once you get your trademark, and how long does it take to get brand registered? Because I've put my thing for the trademark now. I'm waiting till the end of March now.
End of March, yeah.
But then you have to register your brand with Amazon, don't you? And I don't know how long that takes.
Yeah, I don't think because it was back in 2020. I think a couple of weeks.
Is that all it is?
Yeah, because they just want to see your trademark number, and then I think if your brand has a logo or the mark, and it's quite straight. That's one thing on Amazon process it was straightforward. 3 years ago. Hopefully it still is.
Rare chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. Any other questions for Suja?
Yeah, what's the plan of the exit? Do you have a target of what you want to sell the brain for?
Yeah, well, hopefully a few million, but I'm not sure if it'll be worth that.
Right.
But yeah, I'm going to be realistic and hopefully 12 to 18 months for the exit. I've got a meeting next week about that, and yeah, I definitely need to put some more new products though, so that it can be in that position.
How does it feel to be kind of potentially selling the company? Did you ever think you would be at that position when you first started, or?
No, I didn't even know about selling companies. Like, it's quite a new concept for me. Like, I only found out, I think around 2020, I was like, oh, you can actually sell your brand, you know, even if it's for a few $100,000, you know, that's amazing. And it was a totally new concept for me, like selling businesses.
They approach you, or you have to approach them? How does that work?
Yeah, sometimes well, I got approached by this company that's helping me to build a brand and make it suitable for selling. So sometimes you might get an email or someone contacting you saying, oh, we're interested in buying your brand. Yeah.
Sorry, that doesn't stop you selling that as an either, does it? Once you sold that, you can just carry on, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can carry on. Like, you probably might have not be able to do this, obviously the same products. Yeah. So you would have to do something completely new. Yeah, and start. Yeah, so I think I would like to start a new brand afterwards. I'll probably have a holiday and then then start a new thing on Amazon.
Nice. But that's the great thing, isn't it? 'Cause you've got the capital then to diversify into other products and create multiple income streams. So
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And then hopefully not make the same silly mistakes that I made as well.
Do you have any plans for how to invest the capital? Do you have any ideas where you would want to put it?
Yeah, I've been like diving deep on like investments and things. So I think, again, another Amazon business, property, like the rent-to-rent, Airbnb. Yeah, those are probably, because I'm familiar with those sort of things, property, maybe another business or something like that. Someone else that's starting a business, you can do that.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Amazon. It's such a good springboard. Like, you could start with Amazon, make some cash, make an income, and then just go off and do something else off the back of it. You know, it's good, like almost like good practice, really, to get moving and just get some finances, stability. Any other questions for Suja?
Are you going to move to Portugal?
Oh, I did it across. I was thinking about it, but I'm not sure about the language. It seems really hard, and I'm not like I like French. So I like the sound of the French language. So I've been learning French last year. So maybe I still love UK and London. So maybe part-time I might try and move to France or stay there for a few months.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's the best way of learning is failures. Yeah, I think once I ordered too many products. So because I got excited about the second order and and then I didn't check something with the product because I think one of the staff left and then it was a new lady and then she thought I wanted a different version and I should have still got another test batch sent even though it was a second order. So just so I'd say, just be careful of getting too excited and ordering too much stock. So that was one error that I made.
Speaking of ordering too much stock, do you have like a system for calculating how many units you should order next? How do you estimate?
Well, I when I was doing it by myself, I would just look at previous month's sales, try and work out the sales velocity that way. But now I do have the team that I'm working with. They got a technical, it's like an Excel document, but they can estimate like in terms of how long it takes to get the product from China to the UK. Might be 90 days, and then they do these calculations. So I kind of know roughly. And that seems
Yeah.
to be working at the moment.
Yeah, that's a big one. I think as you start to get more products and you're juggling all these products that are selling, you want to make sure you don't over order, but you don't under order because of the time delay of the products coming from China. So if you under order and then you're like, I've run out of stock, and then obviously your listing goes down in the search results.
Yeah, it's
So
not
it's
good.
important. I mean, a simple Google spreadsheet will be enough. You don't need some complex software. But,
No, yeah, just
you do need a system.
yeah, you need a system. Yeah, you need to either look at your sales, the velocity, and just work out a system
Yeah, so you
like
go
from
like
past
back
sales. Yeah,
over, you're saying the last 90 days. Okay, what's the average amount per month? And look at seasonality. Okay, well, we're in spring now and the product sells a bit faster, so take that into account. And then when you place the order, how long is it going to take to arrive? So you need to plan these things out with your forecasting to make sure you don't run out of stock. Yeah, something once you've launched a product and it's selling consistently, that's the next challenge, the next skill. Phil.
Yeah. Say for instance now you wanted, okay, you've got a brand of say kitchen items, spatula, knives and forks in that. Can we have another brand selling like gallons? So you have us like 2 or 3 brands.
Yeah.
Under your one seller account.
seller account.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
I've got
'cause-
2 brands.
Yeah, I mean, you can launch multiple seller accounts if they're different limited companies
yeah, different limited.
and they're different actual entities. Yeah, if you try and launch the same multiple Amazon accounts to circumvent Amazon's terms and conditions, they're not going to be happy with you, obviously. And if you try and compete with yourself to just trick the system and do naughty stuff, obviously they'll shut you down. But if you've got different companies, you can have a different brand under each company, under a different account.
Yeah, because I saw someone selling their, because there's this website, I forget the name, but they sell Amazon brands. And one, it said on their listing that they have 2 brands under the same seller account. But they will just sell the one brand and then they will keep the other brand. So there'll be some way of dismantling it.
So pulling it off the account and putting it on another account.
Yeah,
somehow.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds like it's going to take forever.
No, I know. Yeah, it sounded like, I was like, oh, I didn't even know you could do that. It sounded complicated. So yeah, try and maybe just have one brand, I think.
Yeah, I think focus on one thing until you replace your income, because that's the first one, right? Is replace your income, get that sorted, and then you can start to be creative and launch other brands and stuff. Does anyone have any other questions? We're good for now. Awesome. All right. So Mike's going to do a little presentation, and I think it might make sense to start that early to give us more time for Q&A at the end and other stuff. So I think for now, I'll say a massive thank you to Suja.
Thank you.
Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to get some help launching your Amazon business, click the link below and you can book in your Amazon Accelerator call. What we'll do on this call is we'll talk about your goals first and get really clear on where you want to go, what kind of business you want to build, and where you want to live, how much you want to earn, all that kind of stuff. When we're clear on your goals, then we'll talk about where you're starting from right now. So how's your life at the moment? What's good about it? What's bad about it? What budget are you starting with? How much stuff have you done with Amazon so far? If it's nothing, that's fine. As long as we know where you're starting from, that's good. Then we can map out the steps it will take for you to get from where you're starting from now all the way to hitting the goal, right? And once we've done that, we'll get really clear on the plan for you to build it. And we can talk about how I can actually help you with that. I can actually help you research a product that will be way better than this product, right? I can help you get the products shipped from China using my product concierge service and into the Amazon warehouse. I can help you get a listing created to give your product the best chance and get it loads of sales as soon as it gets live on Amazon. And we can help you with the whole process. We can even give you one-to-one coaching. So if you want, click the link in the description, book in a call, we can have a chat. Can't wait to help you build your business. And I'll catch up very, very soon.